Так, Ислам, сбор закончился. Как пробежка?
Последнюю пробежку на этих сборах сделали. Четко пробежали все в темпе. Вот. Люба тоже бежит, что потом не говорили, что я до него докапываюсь. Все его ждем, как обычно. Молодец.
Подстава всю жизнь.
Темп.
Bottom line about Islam is no one's able to get away from him. He's the scariest. He gets a hold of you, you're Bill. He's very good standing up now. His submissions are insane. If Ian Garry can get off sharp combinations early, he could stun him. He's fast as everything's like ta-ta!
I think Ian's gonna make it competitive, but if he gets taken down, he won't get back up.
5.
Monday, starting.
Someone else that you know well, Islam. He's fighting next UFC 330 next month against Ian Machado. Garry, you're good at predictions, so who do you got in that fight?
I got Islam.
How?
It's a tough fight. I think it's a submission.
Submission.
But I gotta rewatch Ian Garry's fight because I don't know him very well. People saying like he has a good takedown defense.
Yeah. So we'll rewatch and come back to that.
So because I know everything in my division.
Yeah.
But I don't know a lot of people in 170, so I cannot say. But like Islam, right now he's the best, so it's a little bit hard to beat him.
Ian versus Islam, I think Ian gets it done. I think Ian's that good. He's so big, he's so long, and he's so confident. Ian's a hard matchup. He's not going to go in there and get single leg easy dumb. Pakistan versus Ireland, this is an epic fucking fight, dude.
I think it's a huge fight, too. He's probably got 2 fights left.
Yep.
2 fights, maybe even 1. He's 35 years old, I'm pretty sure.
Is he really?
He's a special type of athlete, as we all know. He's one of those guys that are at the pinnacle of this sport here. I talk with Javier all the time, and Islam and those guys are always doing great. So they're in great hands. Javier is the one who builds champions. He's a master at what he does. So he's always with those guys. He's always with Islam, and so I know they're in great hands. They're getting exactly what they need as far as the the fighting goes, the training goes, all that. So I see Islam just continuously doing what he's doing, and that's winning impressively. He's somebody who's mastered all aspects of MMA.
Can Islam beat Garry? Can Garry beat Islam? Are you guys sold enough on Ian Garry that he can go out and become the champion of the world? Do you believe that in your heart? Yeah, I think that guy can beat Islam. Okay, tell me how he's going to beat him. Is Ian Garry going to try to revive Conor and Khabib and do it with himself through Islam? It's very possible. Ian Garry believes he's going to beat Islam Makhachev. It's a big deal, and I'm going to make a prediction for you. This fight's going to be huge. I want you to watch this. Stay with me.
Never fought someone as long and tall as me. He's not fought someone as fast as me. I'm gonna bounce him on his skull. I'm gonna take his title. I'm gonna take his throne.
I just love that. He does have the link. Ian does a very good job of controlling distance. Islam does a better job, I believe, of taking away distance. But you got a training camp. You got some time. Ian Garry, in theory, he's right. If he can learn to keep you at the end of the punches. Islam wishes that Ian was even taller and even longer and had even more ability. Because as a wrestler, it just gives him more to get under. Taking a tall guy down is so much easier just because there's more body to grab. That's gonna be an interesting trade. You watch Ian, you think he's just brash, confident Irish man. He's better than he thinks he is. Rakhmonov won the contest as a whole, but Ian took his O away. Ian showed that wrestling wasn't impenetrable. I do believe that Ian is going to convince the world of what I already know. He can win this fight.
With UFC 330 now officially confirmed, the spotlight has shifted toward one of the biggest fights of the year. All eyes are now on the upcoming showdown between Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry, a matchup that many fans believe could become one of the defining moments in both fighters' careers. For Ian Machado Garry, this is without question the toughest challenge he has faced inside the octagon. He has already proven that he belongs among the elite, but standing across from him will be a champion who has built a reputation by defeating world-class opponents and finding ways to win, even when the odds become difficult. Over the past few weeks, analysts, former fighters, and fans have spent countless hours discussing how Garry moves around the cage. Many have focused on his excellent footwork, his ability to maintain distance, and the precision of his striking. His movement has become one of his greatest weapons because it allows him to avoid dangerous exchanges while forcing opponents to fight at his preferred range. However, it appears that Islam Makhachev and his coaching team may be preparing for something much more specific than simply chasing Garry around the cage. Recent training footage and reports coming from Makhachev's camp suggest that the lightweight champion is paying close attention to Garry's unique physical build and the advantages that come with his long frame. Rather than preparing only for Garry's striking combinations, Islam seems to be working on ways to deal with a fighter who constantly controls distance and makes it extremely difficult for opponents to close the gap. This type of preparation could become one of the biggest factors when the fight finally takes place. As the event gets closer, the discussion surrounding this matchup continues to grow. Many people are beginning to wonder whether Makhachev will be able to consistently close the distance against someone who is so disciplined with his movement. Others believe that Garry's ability to stay composed under pressure could make this one of Islam's most demanding title defenses to date. Every new training clip, every interview, and every prediction only adds more excitement to what is already one of the most anticipated fights on the UFC calendar. Former UFC interim lightweight champion Dustin Poirier also shared his thoughts on the contest and gave an interesting perspective. According to Poirier, Ian Machado Garry made a fair point when he suggested that the welterweight division could become more exciting and unpredictable if he eventually became champion. Garry brings a different style, a fresh personality, and a unique approach that could change the direction of the division. Poirier understands why Garry has confidence in his own abilities and believes that confidence is necessary at the highest level of the sport. Despite acknowledging Garry's argument, Poirier still believes that Islam Makhachev is the man who deserves to hold the championship. In his opinion, every successful title defense by Islam strengthens an already remarkable legacy. Each victory adds another important chapter to a career that continues to grow with every appearance. Instead of simply keeping the belt, Makhachev continues to prove why he is considered one of the most complete fighters competing in mixed martial arts today. Poirier also pointed out that every time Islam steps into the cage against a new challenger, another question is answered while new ones immediately appear. Fans continue asking whether Makhachev can dominate larger and naturally stronger welterweights in the same way he has controlled many lightweight opponents throughout his career. That uncertainty is exactly what makes this matchup so fascinating. UFC 330 is not just another title fight, it is another opportunity for Islam Makhachev to silence critics, while Ian Machado Garry has the chance to achieve the biggest victory of his professional career.
Do you guys have someone in the gym mimicking Ian Garry's style? Do you have like long people that are going to be just trying to fight in a similar style to him, or would you usually prepare for someone with a bit of a strange style like Ian Garry's?
Really, we don't really have anybody like that. I mean, his training partner, one of them is Usman, who's the PFL champion, lightweight champion. He's phenomenal. So he'd want to be one of the most, the best sparring partner he can actually really want to have, is Usman. Usman's at another level, and people that have never seen him, and they should tune into this kid because he's special, and I get the privilege of watching him spar all the time, and I get to see him do things that are unbelievable. So Usman would be the one individual that can mimic almost anybody on the stand-up part, but yeah, so he would be the closest to Ian Garry for us.
When discussing the technical side of the matchup, Dustin Poirier had plenty of praise for Ian Machado Garry's fighting style. While many people focus on Garry's striking or movement, Poirier believes that one of his greatest strengths often goes unnoticed. In his opinion, Garry is among the smartest defensive fighters competing in the UFC today. Poirier explained that Garry's approach is very different from many other athletes. Instead of relying only on overwhelming power or constantly looking for spectacular finishes, Garry has developed a style that slowly removes his opponent's biggest strengths. Rather than allowing his rivals to fight comfortably, he forces them into situations where they cannot perform at their best. That ability can become incredibly frustrating for even the most experienced fighters. According to Poirier, Garry has a special talent for making elite competitors look uncomfortable. Whether they prefer striking, wrestling, or pressure fighting, Garry finds ways to interrupt their rhythm. He controls the pace, changes angles, and refuses to give opponents the exchanges they are looking for. As a result, many fighters struggle to build momentum against him. Another quality that impressed Poirier is Garry's composure. Even during difficult moments, he rarely appears rushed or emotional. He stays patient, sticks to his strategy, and waits for opportunities instead of forcing unnecessary exchanges. That calm mindset has helped him succeed against several dangerous opponents throughout his UFC career. Poirier believes this combination of intelligence, discipline, and defensive awareness could make Garry a far more difficult challenge for Islam Makhachev than many fans currently expect. While Islam has dominated numerous opponents with relentless pressure and world-class grappling, Garry's movement and tactical decision-making could create situations that Makhachev has not experienced very often. That does not necessarily mean Garry will win the fight, but it does suggest that this contest may be much more competitive than some predictions indicate. If Garry can consistently stay disciplined, maintain distance, and prevent Islam from controlling the pace, the champion could be forced to adjust throughout the fight. Those adjustments may ultimately determine who leaves UFC 330 with the championship.
Garry more than he believes in him. The way that Ian portrays and talks about he believes in himself, I actually believe in him that way. He's a young guy and he's using the media as a way to help to convince himself. But I actually think he's that good. I actually think Ian Garry can beat Islam. Now, I'm not predicting for you that he's going to. We'll get to that as this fight gets closer, but I'm sharing for you he can. And Ian Garry is a pain in the ass. And this whole thing that he can't wrestle, go ask Rachmanov if that's true. Or this whole thing that you can take Ian's back and finish him. Well, go ask Rachmanov if that's true. Or anybody else that Ian's ever fought or anyone else that's ever had his back. Because none of them ever finished him. But he's going to be to Islam what Conor was to Aldo. What are we talking about? He's got a way, he sees something, he's got a way, he's got a pattern, he's got something he's going to try, and if it works, he's going to look great. Is that what we're talking about? Sometimes that happens. George Masvidal knew, I'm going to throw a knee. If it lands, I'm going to look great against Ben Askren. If it doesn't work, he's going to catch me, take me down, and I'm never going to get up. But I'm going to put everything into this. Like, sometimes it does work. But I don't want that to be what Garry's talking about. I want it to be fun starting now. I want him to go in.
Former UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya was clearly excited when the fight between Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry became official. Like many fans around the world, he immediately recognized the importance of this matchup and believes it has the potential to become one of the standout fights of the year. Adesanya has never hidden his respect for Islam Makhachev. He considers him one of the finest mixed martial artists of this generation and believes the champion has earned every bit of praise through years of consistent performances. Islam's ability to combine elite grappling with improving striking has made him one of the most complete competitors in the sport. At the same time, Adesanya is not willing to dismiss Ian Machado Garry's chances. He believes many people may be underestimating what the Irish contender brings into this fight. According to Adesanya, Garry has continued improving with every appearance inside the octagon and has shown that he can compete with elite-level opponents. One performance that particularly caught Adesanya's attention was Islam Makhachev's impressive victory over Jack Della Maddalena. He admitted that he expected the fight to be far more competitive because Jack possesses excellent scrambling ability and has demonstrated strong grappling awareness throughout his career. Considering those strengths, Adesanya was surprised by how effectively Islam controlled the contest and secured such a convincing victory. Even after praising Makhachev's performance, Adesanya believes there is another important fight that deserves attention when evaluating this matchup. He pointed to Ian Machado Garry's performance against Shavkat Rakhmonov, one of the most dangerous and complete fighters in the welterweight division. Rachmanov's grappling, pressure, and finishing ability have caused serious problems for nearly everyone he has faced. Despite facing one of the toughest wrestlers and grapplers in the division, Garry showed remarkable determination throughout that contest. Although Rachmanov came close to securing a finish, Garry displayed resilience, composure, and the ability to survive extremely dangerous situations. Those moments demonstrated that he can remain competitive even when facing elite grapplers under intense pressure. Adesanya was careful not to claim that Garry's performance against Rachmanov guarantees success against Makhachev. Every fight presents completely different challenges, and every opponent brings unique skills into the cage. However, he believes Garry showed enough during that performance to prove he belongs in conversations involving the very best fighters in the world. For Adesanya, this is exactly why the matchup is so intriguing. On one side stands a dominant champion who continues to strengthen his legacy with every victory. On the other side is a confident challenger who possesses the style, intelligence, and belief necessary to test that dominance. That contrast is what makes this fight so compelling for fans and analysts alike.
Yep.
And
then after that, you have Islam Makhachev taking on Ian Garry for the welterweight, which is a sick fight because I remember that back in the good old days, I would see your ass fight 3 times in a year. Just boom, boom, boom. Like, you defended the belt multiple times in a fucking year. So you got to see your favorite athlete and your favorite champion fight so often. But now you're lucky to see Islam fight once a year. Or
it's hard,
shit,
man.
even it's just hard. But the fact that we get to see him, fight Ian Garry, that's going to be a sick fucking fight. Sick fight.
I think from what I've seen with Ian Garry, he's a guy that can get it done. Again, Islam is one of the greatest to ever do it in this game. He's dominant in his field, and now he's at welter.
One thing seems absolutely certain heading into UFC 330. Neither Islam Makhachev nor Ian Machado Garry will enter the octagon looking for an easy night. Both men have something significant to prove, and both understand what is at stake. For Islam Makhachev, another successful title defense would further cement his place among the greatest champions in UFC history. Every victory strengthens his legacy and moves him one step closer to becoming one of the most accomplished fighters the sport has ever seen. Defeating another elite challenger would only add more weight to an already remarkable career. For Ian Machado Garry, this represents the biggest opportunity of his professional journey. A victory over one of the most dominant champions in mixed martial arts would completely change his career and establish him as one of the sport's biggest stars. It would also prove that he belongs at the very top of the welterweight division. When that cage door finally closes, rankings, predictions, and opinions will no longer matter. Preparation, discipline, strategy, and determination will decide the outcome. Neither fighter is expected to show hesitation, and both will be fully committed to achieving victory from the opening bell until the final second. This fight has all the ingredients to become an unforgettable championship battle. Whether it ends with another dominant performance by Islam Makhachev or a career-defining upset by Ian Machado Garry, fans around the world are expecting a contest that could be remembered for years to come. Now it's your turn to join the discussion. Will Islam Makhachev continue adding to his incredible winning streak and leave UFC 330 with the championship still around his waist, or will Ian Machado Garry shock the MMA world by pulling off the biggest victory of his career? Let us know your prediction in the comments below.